What up, homies? I'm here to give you some Christmas specials. Thanksgiving's over, Christmas on its way, New Year's is coming. Time to clear out some stuff. 2 pints, brand new batteries, $6.69. Let me give you a look at these. Because I took some special time to make these really nice. And also I'm experimenting with not only the TPU grips, but the grip tape with the custom printing. This is Jessup grip tape. It's really nice. And this is my proprietary grip. And I promise you it is well thought out, and I've done a lot of playing around with it to get it just right. Got these bumpers that I modeled in 3D CAD to hug the body of the Pint. It's a little bit rounded. It's a little bit different than the flat XR. So these fit the contours of the Pint perfectly. And just so you know, this is a motocross, like ATV, like I'm talking dirt bikes, four-wheelers, anything that gets tossed around. This is the stuff that they use to do vinyl wraps on that. So not only does it have a really aggressive adhesive on the print substrate, but it has one of the thickest, if not I believe the thickest, clear laminate on the market in the United States. And both products are made here in the United States. So I buy that, and that's what I use, top quality stuff. And the bumpers obviously will keep the rails most of the time off stuff, but you can take some real heavy hits to this vinyl wrap before you'll ever need, you know, a repair or a patch. I've got some custom printed just slide plates or float plates. You know, I can't take their words, but you know, like the plates to protect when you're slapping the bottom of the board here. Now these are just something I just came up with printed. These are ABS. There's nothing special about the plastic here, just something to keep the battery protected. And I went ahead and made a matching one for the top. Top's not as necessary as the back, in my opinion, but then you've got the fangs. These are just pieces and parts that have come with boards that have been given to me throughout working with the local community here. And I've gone through all of them top to bottom, made sure they're good, badgered them, test rode them, and then put together all the parts that I suited that were the best for each board. This one has a brand new Float Life Enduro Pint tire on it, 0 miles. Again, the battery brand new, 0 miles. New grip tape, new grip. It's got that camouflage. And again, I did some cutouts here with the vinyl plotter here too. I put the One Wheel logo on there, the Pint logo on there, and then the you could take this off. You don't need to keep this on there, but I was calling it Agent Orange. You know, getting that military vibe there. But yeah, this guy is ready to go, ready to rip. And I'll go bring out the other Pint, because they're both the same essentially. I did them both at the same time, swapped batteries into both of them, and then made them really nice. Now this is the next Pint on the lineup. The big difference here is the tire. This is the original smooth tire for the Pint, I believe. Yeah, I don't think this has been removed. So that's a big difference. The other one has the Enduro from the Float Life. Again, I printed some little skid plates here for the bottom of the board. This one also has the fangs in white. Got my custom Pint bumpers on here. Again, contoured to the curve of the Pint rails. And then the Buffalo Plaid. So again, this is printed in that motocross print vinyl with the protective laminate. And then I've got the Buffalo Plaid grip tape, custom printed by me. And the one of a kind, because cutting these little legs with the adhesive is not fun. I got to get a laser going, but right now I'm doing with a little X-Acto knife. This guy right here, the Buffalo grips, are actually some of my favorite grips that I've made. And then again, I cut the Pint word one wheel logo, and the this side gets the Buffalo and Buffalo Plaid, so buffaloed out. Again, this stuff comes off easy. You could take it off if you need to. If you're not a fan of my work and you just want the board for itself, it's still a good value. I mean, brand new battery. I went through the entire board top to bottom, waterproofed it, greased it, greased the bearings, put bearing protection in there. I mean, I went through this a lot. You know, I did some time on it, made sure it's good to go. Next board is a special one. And then this way. Haha, this way. I alternate. Shoot! Alright, gotta turn this one on because this one is a fun one. And let's see if it shows up on camera. But this is an XR, XR4208, and this one has not been updated. So anybody who is out there wants to mod stuff, wants to swap stuff in and out, this one is capable. It does not have the haptic buzz. I want to show you one thing real quick though, because that one's going to turn white. There we go. Ooh. I'm trying to get the rear light. There we go. Ooh, I don't know if it'll show up on camera here, but I've got the electrolytes in the back, and you can change the way that they look. They change colors. If I can get it to acknowledge that it is in the back here. Come on. Hey, there we go. So you can see the color changing. And then you can actually go in here and change the different presets. I'll leave it on that one. That was kind of cool. So yeah, this one has the, oh, come on. This one has the electrolytes in the back. If you can figure out how to get the tail to show the lights. There we go. There we go. You just gotta do it real quick. You gotta pop it. Yeah, so right here you'll see the color changing lights in the back, which that stuff don't exist no more. And you get this cool magnet to pop, 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 change the colors on the back. So this one has the drop top fender, brand new, the transparent red from the Float Life, as well as the Float Life Cush Low and Float Life Shop Board Rails here. So these were original homebrew rails, not like homebrew Growler, but the like homebrew full-size GT rails used by the Float Life crew in their own shop. Printed bumpers. I can print a centerpiece for you, but I was leaving it blank because I like that Float Life coming through. But if you want one, I can print a center bumper for you. I did not wrap these rails because I like that they are, you know, the anodized red. But you know, if you want to wrap, hit me up. I'll throw a wrap on there. This one comes with some of my pepperoni grips right here on front for activation because it does have the original XR front foot pad. And then on the back here we got those tank plates. So straight up like what, 065 or 068, whatever, like aluminum or being wrapped around some thick metal protection. Got that Burris treaded. It's the best in the best. That's the 11x6x6, and then I got the TFL rim protection there, the Lifesavers. So this board right now is ready to go. Like I said, I got those electrolytes in the back. The lights work, everything works. This is 4208 hardware. Has not been updated, so you can do with it whatever you want. And we're going to move it this way to keep it copacetic. So then this next board, I really don't want to get rid of. This is honestly one of my favorite boards. But this is a XR Growler, and it has the craft and ride air pad on the back, flight fins for the XR. I did have an insert, and it eventually got so old with the acrylic it kind of shattered, but you know, it is what it is. Got those new Float Life glow in the dark lifesavers. Got the brand new Pint Future Motion treaded on there, the performance treaded. And honestly, like, out of everything that Future Motion has made, I think the Pint performance treaded tire is the best tire. And the Pint S is probably the best in the lineup. I haven't done the XL, but the GTS XL, but yeah, Pint S was dope. Pint S tire, the performance treaded tire that they came out when that came out, this is the GOAT in my opinion. Original XR front foot pad, so I got my pepperoni grips on there for that activation. We got the just the Float Life side, you know, guard rails, or sorry, rail guards. So these are Growler rails. These are the original Float Life homebrew Growler rails. So they're a little bit shorter than an XR, but they have the XR width. And these come in black. And yeah, got the bumpers installed. These have, besides the dirt here from riding, these are pretty new, bang bumpers. So the Float Life bang bumpers are on here. This board is very solid. So like I said, it's got that craft and ride air pad on the back, plus the Float Life bang bumpers, plus you know, just a lot of good love here. We got, oh, my favorite part is, and again, I don't know if this will show up in the video, I've got the Oak City shred lights in the front and the back. So yeah, the last one just had them in the back. This one has them in the back, which I think you can see there. And I'll go ahead and pop the front down so you can kind of see there. If that shows up, I don't know. Yeah. So this board is like literally my favorite board in my arsenal. Like, it's not good on the group rides that we do because a lot of people have the GTs and they want to go really far, and I gotta charge because I'm on an XR. But if you take out the XR battery in here and you put in something that's a little bit more robust, then you could probably go really far with this board. This is my favorite ride. This one feels the best out of all my boards. And that's why I don't really want to get rid of it, but I need to get rid of my boards. So I have too many, and I've been fixing these up to sell them. And this one is my favorite, and it's really special. It's got the color changing lights in the front and the back. It's a 4209 hardware, but it has not been updated. So again, you can have your way with it if you want to put in a different battery, or if you want to upgrade it, do whatever you want. This has not been updated. So no haptic buzz on this one, and no haptic buzz on this one. These are both unupdated XRs that are ready for you to do whatever you want with a whole bunch of new parts on them. They've been tested, they've been charged, they've been taken care of. I ride them all, I charge them all, and I don't really want to get rid of any of my boards, but these pints came into my possession and I fixed them up and I made them brand new for somebody who wants to get into riding. And then I've got these 2 XRs that have really been incredible boards that I don't want to get rid of, but I need to because I'm a pole boy. So please, if you think that any of these might be a good match for you, hit me up. We could talk more, or go ahead and feel free to check them out in the store. And all right, so now the real thing I really wanted to get into, uno momento. Wow. Is, you know, I do reviews sometimes. Not really, but sometimes. And, you know, there's things that you can get out there that are good presents. And so I'll see what I can come up with here. So about a year or 2 ago, I came across this guy. This is the Whirly Board, and it helps me, and it could help you, learn how to spin and balance and build up muscles that are very useful when it comes to one wheel. Pause. So this guy has gotten some wear and tear. You can see, you know, the clear grip tape does get dirty. But I went for the grip tape because it's like the one wheel, right? So they come with cork too. They have a few different ways to have the board. A lot of people use these for like standing desk situations. But this is the model I've used for a long time, and I have a mat. I'm actually standing on it right now. But this has helped me build balance, to not be too afraid about spinning when I'm doing my trying to do 180s or like reverts or push shove-its. Things like that have been really helpful. So if you're a Pint rider, any of the Pints, go for the standard board. This is the wide board. So this one's a little bit wider when it comes to the length this wise. And it's basically going to be almost a dead match. Let's see if I can show you here. It's almost good. It's a lot lighter than a but it's almost going to be a dead match for the width of an XR. So I would recommend, if you're looking for a gift for a one-wheel rider that's not going to be $1,000, because just to give you an idea, $669 plus shipping, $669 plus shipping. You know, I think I had this one at like $1569 plus shipping, and this one's at $1569 plus shipping. You know, those are expensive, but this, you know, I think Whirly boards are going now for, you know, $150 to $250. You know, $150. You can get yourself a Whirly board. This can keep you busy during the winter, make you feel like you're still on a one wheel and not be out in the winter. I'm a winter rider. I'm from central Indiana, but I'm out on the East Coast. You know, I'm an East Coaster now, but you know, like, I grew up in the winters, so I ride all year round. But for those who don't ride in the winter, this could be a good solution for you. So, time for the top secret unboxing, because I love this board so much, and I love the business behind it and the family who's putting this on. They sent me a board to check out, so let me see what I got. And this was really nice of them, because I don't think anyone's ever sent me anything. So here is me doing my best. All right. Okay. I can already tell that the board is different. yeah. The board is much thicker. Okay, so it looks like there's at least another 1 or 2 or 3. Let's see if I can count them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know, it almost seems like the same number of layers, but it seems like these layers are thicker. The board is thicker. It's a thick board. But it's good though, because that means it's more durable. So another significant part here, and I'll let you take a look, because this thing is nice. It's got a really soft, what looks like a kind of like a snake texture, snake skin texture, or some type of reptilian texture with this pattern here. But the thing is, this is like a 1/4 inch foam, which S. Greg turned me on to that for putting on our grip tape for when we ride at the beach. If you want to ride barefoot, you put this, like, you know, 1/4 inch foam on top of your grip tape on your one wheels, and then your feet won't be as all torn up, you know. Some of us got little baby feet, you know, you get the feet in the grip tape and it gets all torn up. So this reminds me of putting the 1/4 inch like yoga mats on top of the grip tape to save your feet. So that's what this is here. We got the nice thick grip yoga mat, and it's got these nubs that originally in the original design were like a cue ball cut in half. They're definitely a different plastic than the original. It feels like a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe it's just a different finish. Anyway. Stay. Go. Oh, wow. Okay. So, because this doesn't have the wheel on the bottom, it has different parts and pieces you can use. So this is permanently attached. I mean, I'm sure I could take it off if I want to. Yeah, there's 4 screws here underneath the grip tape, but this is not something that can be swapped out, whereas now the new system shows us that we can apparently, I guess we'll start with the OG here. Does it just, I'm not missing anything, right? It just goes right in. Or no. I bet I have to screw it in. No, you don't have to screw it in. There's an arrow. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Huh. And then does this go? Ah, ha ha ha. Okay, and then this goes on here. Yeah, that's what the ears are for lining it up to the, okay. Oh. Lining it up to the thing. Excellent, I got it, okay. So, first off, it comes with the stability ring, which the original came with too. Shoot. Looks like there's been a little bit of a difference in some of the modeling. Maybe not. Maybe I'm imagining it. Yeah, it looks about the same. Hold on. I think this might be too distracting. There we go. Hopefully I wasn't too distracting with the flashing. So it looks like this fits into the soft one. Alright, so yeah, the soft one clicks on. There we go. Alright. And you line up the indentation here. And boom. So there you got this one. This is one of the attachments you can use for your mobility. And let me just take a moment here to display all of the things that came in here. All right. So besides the board, it looks like we get a whole bunch of pieces and parts here. We got a small pump, and that is to pump up this pad, which right now is a little deflated. It feels like maybe I need to pump it up. So I'll go ahead and do that. It might have been deflated for shipping purposes because, you know, take up a lot of space in a box if it's inflated. Let's see. Make sure I go in far enough with the needle. There we go. And it's got that needle valve, so if you don't want to use this hand pump, I'm sure if you have an attachment for your own pump, you can use that. Yeah, seems to be working. Yeah, okay. And you can play around with how much pressure you want in it, and that'll control the play in the board. And it looks to me like the nubs go down, right? And then the board will go on top. And this is a way for you to balance, you know, and practice stability in a way that's probably a lot more forgiving, a lot more cushy and comfortable for somebody who doesn't have as much balance, opposed to, you know, the hard rigid. But then it looks like we have the traditional roll board, you know, the roller board combo. So I've actually not really experienced this one as much, so I'm going to practice this a lot. I think this one right here is going to be the one that's going to be tricky for me, because I'm used to the one wheel, which is much more like the traditional, used to be a bowling ball that he put on here, but now it's the plastic and this looks like a soft rubber material here. But this roller is going to be a whole new thing for me, because maybe you can go back and forth. I don't know. This is just a whole different thing for me, and I bet this could double nicely as a roller for your muscles and stuff too. You know, the one wheel guys have a lot of leg cramps. So the roller situation is going to be interesting. I never really use the cup as much. If you want to stay stationary in one spot at your desk, it is helpful, but for me, I was always able to stay pretty much right there at my desk, and I'll do a demo of that. But the cup is great for those who want to get started and just not have to worry about as much as, like, or sometimes it's just nice to rest and not have to be balancing. And this is the new tech. So this is pretty cool. This is like, you line up the magnets, and this material is a soft, feels kind of like a hard silicone, but it looks like it just lines right up. Magnets go right in, and then you can just go ahead and use that one. And this one has like a matte finish. It's a little bit of lower profile, it looks like. I'm gonna get those profiles up there for you. It looks like it's a lower profile. So, you know, you've got step one, which is gonna be your big old cushion, your marshmallow, right? And you got step two, and then when you're ready, you line the arrows up to the marks here. There it goes. Yeah. And you're good to go. And you've got essentially, let's see the profiles here. Yeah, it's almost identical profile. So, I mean, he stayed true to the design and just created a modular system that I think is going to take it to the next level. So again, if you're looking for something for your one-wheel rider or for yourself to keep you satisfied through the winter, you know, or to build up those muscles, maybe you are off the board and maybe you're doing a little bit of rehab from a fall, you know, this might be an opportunity for you to like step things up, right? Again, so you've got different pieces and parts here. You've got the silicone magnetic attachment that fits right onto the board, just like so. They got the OG plastic piece here that, you know, goes on here. It's to mimic the bowling ball that he had on his original design. And then, you know, if you're really just getting back on your feet and you really need something comfortable, you got this marshmallow to play around with. You know, you can play around with this and you can, you know, make it tighter, make it looser. It looks like you can play around with that a little bit. And then this one's going to be a challenge for me. The roller is going to be a challenge for me. I'm a juggler, so it might be interesting to actually get really good at the roller and have that be part of an act where I can do this roller and juggle at the same time, right? So the roller, I think, is going to be the most challenging one. But you've got these balls on the end, which were originally made of cue balls in his original design, that help stabilize you, help hit the ground before the board does, so you can still kind of keep some balance, right? And honestly, and you can pivot on those boards. So think about, if you're a one-wheeler, think about learning about how to do you know, nose or tail slides, and or how to like pivot. You know, you want to be able, if you have bang bumpers, you know, think about how, you know, you're coming down on the back of the board or the front of the board, and that ball is going to help you visualize how your foot and how your body are going to behave. So this might be a cool training tool all year round, but maybe just more specifically in the winter when it's a little bit cold outside and they got salt on the road. So Whirly Board, it's a family in Wisconsin, you know, American-made stuff, cool stuff. I've been using it for a couple years now, and I approve. I'm going to take this guy out. I'm going to play around with it. It's got a lot more attachments to it than the original one that I had. And you know, the original one I had a grip tape. The foam is good. We're going to have a good time with this one, so we'll see how people respond to it. So thank you all for hanging out. Again, I've got, you know, a couple Pints, a couple XRs for sale. I'm going to have all sorts of parts. You know, I've got brand new tires that people sift me on tire changes from. I've got, you know, Float Life cush pads for the Pint. You know, I've got a whole bunch of stuff I'll be putting up online. But yeah, hit me up. I've got a lot of things going on. I can do vinyl wraps for your one wheels with the highest grade materials in America. I can do custom grip tape if anyone out there is still doing grip tape and they want stuff custom printed. I'm getting into the TPU grips. You know, I got my pepperoni grips. Not, you know, not flexing on it, but you know, I'm really proud of some of the things I've come up with. So hope you all are having a wonderful holiday, and shred on, keep riding, and stay positive, homies. I'll see you guys all in the spring.